And it was like, holy shit, you're Royce Abui. Any luck with AJ?
Should be there. AJ.
AJ. You can get Ed Asner on the phone, but you can't get AJ?
It's tough, man.
What the fuck? All right, I'll just kill more time. There's plenty to talk about. We do have to talk about the actresses arrested, 2 indicted, the hot Lori Loughlin, and then, of course, the not-so-hot Felicity Huffman. They were paying people to get the kids in college, taking the SATs and bribing coaches to write that they're, that they're like athletic so they can get, scholarships into these big universities. What fucking scams. These are the kind of people that give Hollywood a bad name. It's not people like me. It's not people like Jay Leno. It's people like Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman who try and cheat the system for their kids. My kid is working her ass off in school to fucking get great academics.
AJ said he heard you, so let's see.
So if he could hear me, why can't we hear the great AJ Benza? Royce, I'm trusting you in this. What is going on here?
AJ, can you hear us?
Why can't we hear him, Royce? All right.
AJ.
I hear you.
Oh, there we go.
You hear me? I hear you.
All right. Well, what was the problem, Royce?
It was probably your fault.
No, really. What was the problem?
It was on mute.
Oh, he was on mute. Hey, man, you are Baba Booey. All right. Hey, AJ, how are you, pal?
I'm all right, buddy. What's happening?
I don't know. You're going to love the intro I gave you. I said you're one of my favorite guests. And I've always wanted you to be, my partner on a podcast. And I think you're not only a funny guy, a talented guy. And I really had to have you on today, especially after the news that Howard is releasing a new book, and which Royce and I call the Pelican Brief. But what do you think about the title, Howard Stern Comes Again?
It's very. It's not the way he talks about himself lately. It sounds like he's trying to still be edgy, but now he's become so PC that I don't want to think of a 65-year-old man coming. It doesn't work for me.
See, this is why I love AJ, man. You tell it like it is, and that's exactly. That's
come on.
No, and that's the truth. Who wants to hear about
of course.
a 65-year-old pelican?
It's not appropriate. Like, my wife gets mad at me because I'll do my show in the house, and she goes like, "Don't talk about girls you dated 20 years ago when you were 35. It's just you're fucking 56 now. It sounds disgusting." Like I go, "Yeah, I guess so, but what the fuck am I going to talk about? Like I used to get laid. Now I don't."
I know. That's the one thing about marriage, AJ. I mean,
right.
I went from banging all the time, and then 3 years into my marriage, I swear I maybe had sex 10 times after that.
Yeah, nobody gets that you absolutely jerk off a lot more after 15 years of marriage than I used to when I was 18.
No, I know it's true. I was just saying, AJ, someone sent me some sexual harassment, sexual enhancement pills, and I took one.
Wow.
And I took one, and I woke up this morning with a fucking baseball bat in my pants. I had to take care of myself.
Yeah, listen, that's why I get a kick out of they buried Robert Kraft for going to a rub and tug joint in fucking Florida. Who cares? Get to a certain age. The guy's wife is dead. He's probably got a trunk full of Viagra and Cialis, and he wants to impress somebody at a happy ending massage parlor. Who gives a shit? He's not going to girl. I have no problem with that. But yeah, those pills, they're dangerous. Sometimes I'll take one, not because I'm going to cheat on my wife, just because if I go out to a restaurant, I want to feel like I could because my dick will start to get hard, heavy. But I'm not going to use it. It's like a little enhancer. It feels good. It's like putting on makeup, or it's just like you're ready. Like I'm game ready, but I'm not going to play. You know what I mean?
Carrying a loaded gun.
No.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get the Viagra from Canada, and because I take the OCD medication. And they say that, and my therapist said, it's going to curtail your libido. So they gave me a prescription for the Viagra. But the Viagra in America is $20 a pill. Talk about getting dick.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, you already get fucked, but you're paying for it. Yeah, I don't like that. Last time I took it, for a stranger, God, I took it 15 years ago, with some Peruvian girl named Anna, and I was on blow at night. Then the Viagra and all the alcohol. I had to go out of her house after I plowed her. I was on her lawn, holding onto a laundry pole, like where you hang your clothes up in the backyard. I thought I was going to die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
I needed fucking oxygen. I was panting. Fucking scary.
You know, it's so
scary.
It's so funny, AJ. This is how bad it is for me. You know, I had those 2 strokes, and
yeah, it's terrible.
And I was having sex, you know, with this girl, and I actually faked my own orgasm because I was running out of breath. Because I was running out of breath having sex. I started to get dizzy, so I had to fake it. And you know, we're not good at faking it. Girls are good at faking it. We're not.
Yeah, no, they could tell. They could tell when you pull out and nothing drips out of them when they walk to the bathroom. They know you shot a blank. You know.
But all right,
they know that.
So what? Go ahead, Royce.
Next time you do that, tell her to turn around and go get her from behind, and then just like spit on her back and make believe you came, and then rub it off her back with your hand like you're a gentleman. That's why she won't check on it. You know what I mean?
Hey. You know, AJ, that's what a Houdini is. You know what? A Houdini is you're banging a girl from behind, and right before you're gonna come, you spit on her back, so she turns around, and then you come all over her face.
You know what I did? I like that. I invented what I call the man eater, and I don't know anybody else that did this to really impress a chick. My friends think this is disgusting. They think I'm gay. And I would blow if I blew my load on a girl's chest or whatever. I would go down and lick it off and eat my young, just to show her how. Yeah. I've done that. Listen, once a girl swallows you and then starts to make out with you, you basically tasted your own jizz anyhow. So what's the big deal of licking off her chest? I guarantee you one thing: you may not like the way it tastes, but she will never forget you. Ever that you did the man eater on her.
Oh, dude, I could never do that. I don't.
Yeah, I did it. Oh, I've done it. I've done it many times.
I don't even like mayonnaise.
Yeah, you have to like mayonnaise. Yeah, that's one of the things that you have to like as a prerequisite. You got to like mayonnaise or a heavy butter, otherwise you can't do it. Yeah.
I think we just stumbled into Howard's big reveal.
Yeah, AJ, that's a good segue. I've been meaning to ask you. So Howard says that he's going to reveal something that he's lied about over the years. What do you think it is?
Wow. That he's going to say he doesn't have a small penis. I bet it's going to be something that's not going to hurt him or embarrass him, but actually make it, it'll actually puff him up. I can't imagine what he would lie about. He's not going to say he cheated on his first wife. I don't think he'll say that. That'll make a lot of females in his crowd not like him. He's got to say something that's self-deprecating and say, look, I didn't want to say it, but I'm actually pretty well hung, and I didn't want to embarrass, blah, blah. I think. What do you think it's going to be? I
think it's that he and Beth have been separated for a couple of years now.
Oh, wow. Well, that goes into your theory that he's fucking around with Marcy.
Well, that was a blind item that Royce had read that said that how to read.
It just said that that a former reality judge and host was seen canoodling with the woman who was responsible for him becoming politically correct, which begs the question of what AJ said a moment ago. This title of this book is not on par with the way he acts and talks in the radio now.
Yeah.
How did this get past Marcy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it did. I heard it did. I heard Marcy was instrumental in a lot of what he wrote and a lot of what got on those pages. He said that he labored every weekend and every holiday, every vacation, which leads me to believe that he's trying to say he took time away from Beth to write this book. But I look at Marcy. I mean, Beth is a much more beautiful woman. Marcy's not.
Yeah, but
Marcy's.
But Marcy's. Look, AJ, you're a guy. I'm a guy. Every guy wants a little strange.
I get it. I mean, they work together, and that's always the most popular person you're going to bang is the closest one. You know each other. Yeah, I can understand it. And I've seen him talk about her at some of his birthday parties or whatever. But he fucking the great Marcy Turk. She is responsible for the success of this show. And I mean, he just thinks the world of her. So he's pretty open about how he feels. But
But
I don't know.
here's the thing, AJ. Now I am thoroughly in belief that Howard, when he was writing Private Parts, that he and Judith Regan were banging. I
love Judith was hot. Judith had something about her, man. She would look good for a while, I think.
Oh, I think
older woman.
She was super hot, and she.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And she was like. She took charge. She took command.
Yeah.
So I I thoroughly believe Howard banged her.
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I mean, he has a thing for women who have power. I think.
Yeah. 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 He did. It's funny. I've never seen this girl I'm about to say outside of a restaurant or a nightclub, and I'm at Ralph's the other day in North Hollywood. And fucking Angie Everhart is shopping next to me with a cart. I was shocked. And I just always remember, because I remember when Howard was dating her. And one time on the off air, I was talking to him about her, and he goes, you know what? She was hot as fuck, but, then she wanted to borrow 10 grand, then 20 grand. And you can't do that to a fucking rich Jew. You can't ask them for 20 grand. No. I don't care how many millions you have.
No.
Right? But he goes, I do the show, and I come home, and I get home at 11 or 12 or 1, and she's still in bed sleeping, and it was a big turnoff. I said, did you ever think you'd find Angie Everhart a fucking turnoff? He said, I know, bro, but, dude, that happened. So I always think of her turning off Howard because she was in bed too late. But I didn't expect to see her. She looks great. She still looks fucking great.
Well, I had a run-in with her, man. She is a bitch, man.
She is a bitch. Big bitch. Yeah.
So I love you, AJ. Hey,
she is fucking awful. But wait. The best story about Angie, and this is 1,000% true. My good buddy who I was with for 25 years, he used to get all sorts of fucked up with coke and whatever. And there was a couple of nights where Angie and another model, I don't want to implicate this girl, beautiful black model that wasn't too big, but big enough. They used to run together. They used to want to get fucked up late at night. And Johnny, my friend, always had the right shit. They would come over his house, and they like to fuck with each other, this Angie and this other black model. So he'd sit there and watch it. Then they would get him involved. Now listen to this. They used to shave his ass and his balls and just give him a really good washing, and they'd eat his ass out. They'd squirt oranges on it and grapes on it and eat out of his ass, because that's how fucked up they all were. And he would beg me to come over. I go, I don't want to see anything near that of a girl eating that fruit out of your asshole, man. I can't. I don't care how hot she is. That's how fucked up they were. That's how fucked up Angie was getting.
I didn't know oranges went well with dingleberries.
Well, they washed them real good first. You got to wash them.
Hey, AJ.
Yeah. That's called a dirty fruit basket. That's called a dirty fruit basket. But go ahead.
Marcy Turk, you've heard that she's been, she was called down to HR twice for banging two of her staff members.
I heard that, but who are these people? Do we know them? Do we know who they are?
Yeah, Steve Brandano is one, and the other one.
Oh, right.
And then the other one is the one that she's married to.
Also known as the Young Turks.
I read that.
Yeah, the Young Turks.
The Young Turks is funny. I don't know what they do there. They came way after me, so I don't know. I don't know those guys.
No, I know.
But, are they decent-looking guys or just fucking schmucks? Like what?
I have no idea, man. Like, I don't listen to the show. People think I do. I don't.
No, I don't. I don't at all.
Do you think, AJ? Do you think that Howard? Because I don't know if you read my book, but I spent a lot of time really telling.
I read parts of it. I liked a lot. I read parts of it. I read like 4 things in one. I'm still reading it, but I like a lot of parts of it. Go ahead.
Thanks, but I wonder if Howard's going to address all the trashing I did of him.
I don't think he's going to do that, because that's just going to give people. Like, I heard that Artie thinks he dedicated 2 chapters to him. I don't think that Howard's going to go down that road too deep, because I think it's just taking the attention off him. And why would he want to talk about Artie? Not to say talking about you wouldn't make for great copy, but I don't think Howard wants to do that. I think he wants it to be about himself. I think maybe he'll touch it. He'll briefly touch on it, but I would almost guarantee you whoever he talks about is going to be people that are still with him. Maybe 1 chapter about the people who are no longer there. Maybe. I can't see Howard giving too much more than that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Well, listen, anything he says about me is only going to help my book.
Oh, yeah. I hope he says a lot, but then you go on TV, you go out to restaurants, let TMZ stop you. Sure, that's a great business model, but I think Howard only wants to help himself. $650 million doesn't go too fucking long. You gotta plan for a rainy day with his fucking money.
But you
unbelievable.
When he went to Sirius, he teased the big reveal, and it was the plastic surgery, which you had called him out on multiple times.
I called him out for the nose job a long time before that.
Sure. So maybe it's going to be the fake hair, the wig, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I think. Maybe. I think maybe that. I mean, I hope it's not as lame. I hope it's not as lame as that he dyes his hair, because everybody knows he does that.
Well, you know what? The thing about once you get in that circle of big stars, they all get their hair transplants. They all wear wigs and weaves. Even Bradley Cooper, the front of his head is fake. So he wouldn't consider that embarrassing or a big reveal, because Jimmy Kimmel, everybody does it. When you're on TV or you're seen every day, they just do it. It's like getting a cavity filled. It's not even a big issue. So I don't think he'll talk about that.
You know what? That's so funny, AJ, because I've known about Jimmy Kimmel's hairpiece for years, and this is why I love having you on, because you know it too.
Well, what's funny? I've been doing Dennis Miller's show pretty frequently, and I never was friends with him, never knew him. In fact, he made fun of me a couple of times years ago on TV, and I thought I didn't think I rated high enough for Dennis Miller to make fun of me in his monologue. And we start talking, and he was making fun of that I should have got plugs years ago because I was on TV, and I'm like, what is your fascination with fucking hair plugs? He goes, well, I got them, and I thought, you should have got them because you would have made your career bigger and longer. And I go, I can't think that. I could never put fucking shit. I can't get plugs. The thought of that is so comical to me. Like right now I have a crew cut. I'd rather be that guy than have fake hair. I can't do it.
You know what's so funny, AJ? It brings up a story Jay Leno told me. He was out with Gary Shandling, and Gary Shandling was like talking to him about hair products, and all this shit. And Jay was like, who the fuck cares about hair products?
Yeah, some guys are really vain. And Howard, look, first of all, think of the way Howard used to dress. The way, what's his name, dressed him every day. It's so fucking embarrassing.
I know. Ralph is the worst fashion person to have.
Oh.
He would dress him.
My God.
I remember once, me and the E guys and the E girls were laughing because he was literally wearing a Charlie Brown shirt.
I know. Yeah. Ralph doesn't come out and say he's gay, right? It's always like he flirts with it.
Yeah,
I think if he owned up to being a fag, then his clothes that he picked would be a lot better, because he's on the fence and the clothes are on the fence. They're not quite right.
Dude, I remember Private Parts. Ralph had Howard dressed as Kurt Cobain in a grunge outfit. It was
right. I still see that. I still see that outfit in my head. It's awful.
Yeah, a 50-year-old Kurt Cobain.
Howard's like Ralph's personal Barbie doll.
Yeah.
yeah. But that's it, exactly. Ken doll. Hey, did you? Wendy Williams tried to bust Howard on his show. It didn't work. She came at him and acted like, "Oh, Howard, you're too fancy for us now," and he shut her down. But I remember she tried to get him. She tried to say what we're saying for the last several years, that he's not himself, he's soft, he's PC. But I just wrote about him in my next Star Magazine column, and I actually, it felt weird. For the first time ever, I didn't write shock jock. I wrote politically correct jock.
Good for you.
I'm not going to write shock jock anymore. I wrote soft, PC. It's such a, it's a weird thing, because I know a friend of mine is really good friends with him. He talks to Howard all the time. Part of me wants to go, tell Howard it's nothing personal, but he is extremely different than the guy we knew and grew up with, and he would call that guy's shit out, and I feel like I have to, but I'm not going to say it, but part of me feels bad that I'm trashing him. Do you get that way?
Yeah, I get that way too, because he did give him he gave me my start, but then again, AJ, he abused me so much, even after I left, that I don't feel any remorse, because, he deserves to get beaten up a bit.
Yeah, well, you're different. You worked there and you took his shit for years as an employee, so you have a lot more animus in your heart, possibly. I just was a guy who came in and left. It didn't really matter, but I still feel bad. Okay, Gary, is he making $1 million yet a year, or is he still short of that?
I think he makes. I know Jackie told me that Fred they all took a pay cut because when Howard went.
Really?
When Howard went from 4 days to 3.
Yeah.
I think Fred told Jackie that he they cut his salary. I think Gary's making like $800,000.
Yeah. Wasn't Artie making like 9 back in the heyday?
No. Artie was making 7 or 7 or $750. And when he saw Gary's paycheck, Artie got so pissed off that Gary was making more than him.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But listen, let me ask you something, AJ.
Yeah.
Because you know I love you. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it.
And you blocked me once on Twitter, and I'm like,
yeah, it was a mistake. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was a mistake. I would never block you. You and I go at it. We fuck around with each other. But I swear, I know what you're talking about because one day I looked and I wasn't getting your shit. And I go, what is John, something wrong with him? And I searched for you and I found your name and it said that I wasn't following you. So I go, holy shit, I know exactly what you mean. It was after I did your show, out in the studio. And then I got a few weeks after that, I realized I wasn't following you, but it wasn't on purpose. I always, whenever I'm fucking around with you, I tell you on Twitter, I tell you, fuck you, you're drinking. I don't hold back.
No, I know. That's why I was like, because the only thing.
No, I didn't block you.
Oh yeah. Because the only thing, like, I remember once, like you called like a bunch of liberals losers, and I said, oh AJ, why are you calling me a loser? And then I called you a loser back. That was only.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You called me a loser, and I blocked you. And I forgot. I did it like just to fuck with you, and that's right. That's right. I remember now. You called me a loser, and I was like, I don't even want to argue. I was too busy to argue, so I just fucking blocked it, and then I figured tomorrow, and I forgot to do it the next day. That's what happened.
Yeah, because
I didn't. But nothing really bothers me. You don't really ever bother me. It's just like a typical. No, but I tell you, I finally got. I got through to Alyssa Milano yesterday. I fucking can't stand the shit she says every day. She's so fucking hot. She was hot. We all wanted to fuck her. I still would in a second.
Yeah.
But the shit she says every single day.
I don't read it. I don't even know.
Oh my God! Listen, every day it's something of monumental importance of how fucking bad Trump is and America's the worst. So I always write that. Like I'll say, like yesterday she said something. I wrote to her, you used to be so beautiful. What the fuck happened? I'll say things like, how does your husband deal with this shit every day? So finally she fires back yesterday. She puts up a picture of me and she goes, isn't it about time for you to have an up-to-date Twitter photo for your profile? And I said, I don't give a fuck about my Twitter. And then I go, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of me right now for the great Alyssa Milano. And I put it up there. And then she like gave me a thumbs up. Then I felt guilty for saying, I said, I swear to God, I go, I shouldn't have said you used to be beautiful. I shouldn't have said that. You're still hot, but you're a fucking pain in the ass. Is that fair? She goes, that's fair. So now we're cool. I'm able to bust her balls. I don't want to think that she's ugly.
Dude, you would bang her in a second.
Are you kidding me? I'd blow her husband to get to her.
Well, we figured that out.
Yeah, you'll give the husband a man-eater. Hey,
but here's what's such bullshit. CAA, her husband's a big agent in CAA, right? David Bolyari. This is the agency. You have to understand. This agency reps all they rep Hillary. They rep Harvey Weinstein while they were also creating the Me Too movement. How hypocritical is that?
Yeah, I know.
How could you rep Harvey? I mean, so whenever she talks, I want to go, tell your husband to go fuck himself because everybody's so holier than thou in Hollywood, and they're all full of shit. They're all full of I know her husband was on the phone when another agent was talking about fucking a 13-year-old girl in Cuba. And I was like, what happened, Alyssa? Did your husband not tell you about that phone call where so-and-so was fucking a 13-year-old? She won't respond to that shit, though.
Hey, I got to, speaking about the phonies in Hollywood, what's your take on this Lori Loughlin, Felicity Huffman bullshit?
I just started reading it. It's insane. Hold on. Oh, fuck. My wife's calling from the airplane. Give me 1 second. This is awful. Hold on. Fuck.
All right. Yeah.
I just muted him just in case for a second. But
what?
Well, if he's talking to his wife.
What?
No, there's first of all, it's.
I love AJ.
You gotta follow the AJ Alyssa Milano stuff. It's kind of amazing.
Well,
I told you.
I told you he blocked me, but hold on, get him back on the phone.
He should be there when he comes back.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Did he hang up, or is that his on hold?
I don't know. We're still on with them.
Well, what the fuck is that? What is this the fucking... Is this Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Might be.
Hello? AJ? AJ? Mr. Benza?
We're still on with him.
All right. Well, then let's just, All right. Well, I'll change gears for a second. Leaving Netherlands. Now, I have not seen this yet. Have you seen it, Royce?
I actually watched it this past weekend.
Okay. Now, radio stations are now banning playing Michael Jackson music and R. Kelly's. Now, here is the problem. I personally don't give a shit if they ban R. Kelly because I never listened to him in the first place. Michael Jackson has a large amount of great songs. Now, granted, after hearing about Finding Neverland, I could never listen to the song Beat It in the same way.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck off.
Here's AJ again.
All right.
Well, why you tell me to fuck off? I watched it.
I'm sorry about that.
You didn't like
guys.
the Beat It joke?
I dropped you.
Hey,
You there?
yeah, AJ.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, AJ.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So, Felicity Huffman.
I'm looking at this now. They fucking paid millions of dollars to get their kids in these schools. This is insane.
I know.
If you were those kids, how fucking dumb would you feel right now?
Well, the kids are the ones I think who came out about it.
I don't know because they're saying the kids didn't know. The kids didn't know at the time.
It's just fucking rich famous people rigging the system for other rich people. Nothing's going to come of it. They won't do any time. They're not going to get in fucking. They're not going to go. Maybe they'll pay a fine or something, but they'll get away with it. It's unbelievable.
Well,
They're probably doing it for because there's so many fucking Chinese kids getting into these schools, so many Arab kids, so many Somalian kids that these rich white people got to pay money to get their kids in. I guarantee you that's part of the problem.
Hey, I'll tell you this, AJ, and I was talking about this earlier, but my daughter just got a full scholarship, a full free ride from
awesome.
From a very prestigious 4-year school.
Mm-hmm.
This kid has a 4.5 cum. I mean, she's a candidate.
Wow.
I mean, she's a candidate,
Yeah.
For a valedictorian. I mean, I think she's,
right.
The kid. So she's working her ass off, and then these fucking
right.
and these Hollywood twits are busy fucking paying, for the kids' way. It's bullshit.
But everybody's doing it. Everybody in this town, or not just this town, anybody rich enough, if there's an angle and they can throw money at something, they're going to do it. But you don't think of somebody like Felicity Huffman. She's just not one of those people that has any kind of scum on her. Like, you don't think of her being, she's a nice, seems like a real sweet person. I don't know. This is weird.
All right, AJ, F, marry, or kill. Felicity Huffman, Lori Loughlin, or Alyssa Milano?
Oh, fuck. Well, I couldn't live with, I can't live with Alyssa, so I definitely fuck her. I don't want to kill her because I like to fuck her twice. I'd marry Lori Loughlin. I guess I'd kill Felicity Huffman in that face.
You know what? Same with me. There we go. We're in total man agreement. Oh, and by the way, OJ, just to get some closure on that loser thing, I don't care. No, I was just responding to you calling me a loser. That's the only reason why I did that.
No, I didn't mean you. When I say lefty losers, I'm not thinking of you.
Yeah.
I just mean I'm really not. I'm thinking of the people like Pelosi and Schumer and all those fucking assholes. I can't stand what they listen. If you're okay with Nancy Pelosi calling illegal immigrants newcomers to America, you're out of your fucking mind.
Hey.
You're out of your mind. I can't wait till a Somalian lives next door to you and shits on your lawn. I can't wait.
AJ, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
And now this is okay. Now, what do you know about the Baba Booey alleged affair that he's having with a girl out here in L.A.?
I don't. You told me about this, and I'd love to know more because I can't imagine the girl just jumping into bed with him.
I know, because that means that there's another girl who's into bestiality.
Wait, why do I feel like he met her on a train or something, or commuting? Am I wrong about that?
No.
I think it was a zoo.
No. Here's the deal, AJ. Here's the deal. That's what Gary always says.
Right.
Fucking. See, I heard it in the past, and I've had a few sources telling me, and from what they're saying, it's this girl named Melissa, and I know the girl because she used to be my publicist.
Wow.
I actually made out with her, and now, so now, look, I'm not looking to get Gary in any trouble, but someone told me about it on their show, and I said, and I just acknowledged it and said, yes, I did hear about it. Now I will tell you what I do know. When Gary and Ross Zapin, who I've heard a lot about his, fucking.
Who's Ross? Ross who?
Ross, the dickhead, fucking, Zapin over at Sirius. He's got his head up Howard's ass.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Gary and Ross were out with two strange women at a bar, at a restaurant in L.A., and my friend walked up to him and said, "Hey, how about I get a picture of you guys?" And they were like, "No." So don't. So AJ, I believe the room is that Baba Booey is having an affair, and I feel bad because I love his wife. Mary's the only honest one out of the bunch, but
yeah. Look, he's no different. He's no different than any other $1 million producer. They get bored after a while. How many beautiful women have fucking come into those offices and sat across from Howard and flirted and all that shit? I mean, it's hard. It's fucking hard. It's hard for any man who's around those kind of women for years and years. And I don't know, bro.
Are you saying it's primal instinct?
Primal instinct?
Yeah, primal, yeah.
Primate instinct.
Maybe Gary just has to fuck like every 30 seconds like a chimpanzee and just throw shit out of him. I don't know.
AJ, I gotta tell you, I was hanging out with Gary at an appearance before Gary had Mary, and he was making out with a chick with those big lips. It looked like a face grabber from Alien, just like fucking sucking the life out of this girl's body.
I saw Gary eating corn on the cob through a fence one day. It just scared the shit out of me.
You saw what?
I saw Gary eating corn on the cob through a fence one day. The corn was on the other side of the hole, and he was sticking his teeth through it and eating it. Yeah, he's like a camel. He's like a camel. Whenever I see a camel, whenever I see pictures of ISIS in the desert on camels, I think of Gary.
Like in 2001 Space Odyssey when the big monolith comes down? That's like one of his teeth.
You know what kind of abuse? Think of the abuse he's taken. It takes a special person to work alongside Howard for 20-something years and never walk out. Well, I'm sure in your day he walked out a few times and was pissed and screamed and kicked and ranted, but they've been together for fucking ever. I just find it's just this kind of man can do that because Howard can berate people and make you feel like shit for a long time.
Yeah, he did it to me. No.
Gary?
Oh, no. AJ, he did it to Gary. But this way, Mary Dell'Abate was the only honest one. Gary had her on speakerphone in his office on my last day, and Mary said, "John, we're so jealous of you." Because
really?
Yeah, because you knew Gary wanted to get the fuck out of there. Even Fred wanted to get out of there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why would Gary? What job's going to pay Gary more money? I mean, maybe the grief isn't worth it, but how do you leave the Howard Stern show? How would you walk away and have what show is more fun? What do you want to do? Work at Bravo? What the fuck do you want to do?
But see, here's the thing. If you're working with Howard and you hear every day that you're nothing without Howard, it makes you want to go out and fucking and.
But John, but you were doing things that had a little creativity involved. Not a little. You were going out there with your balls out, being creative, being fucking risky and scared. Gary was picking the phone up and inviting people on a show that anybody in the world wanted to be on that show. What was so hard about being Gary? That was hard to be exec producer. What's so hard about exec producing Howard Stern's show? The whole fucking world wanted to be there.
But don't you think it's seriously a form of Stockholm syndrome at a certain point where he can't get out? Like even if the door is wide open, like he's not leaving the cage. He's very content being there at this point.
Literally.
The cage, exactly, the cage. Yeah, I think true.
Like Mighty Joe Young, at a certain point they opened the cage for that thing, and he's totally happy staying in there.
Jackie the Joke Man always compared Gary to Mighty Joe Young.
But, you know what I mean? At a certain point, Joe did not leave that cage.
You know what, AJ? When I saw Gary come out in his Mets uniform to throw out the first pitch,
my God.
I texted Artie and said, I didn't know they could put a gorilla in a Mets uniform.
I was going to say, starting at first, McGill gorilla, right. I like to see it. if you could take a picture of Gary with a little, like a girl sitting in the palm of his hand, like Fay Ray, a King Kong, that'd be a great picture.
Yeah, Roy.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Naomi Watts, if you put Naomi Watts or Jessica Lange next to Gary, you got King Kong. It's a publicity field for King Kong.
Well, listen, AJ.
Mighty Joe Dumb.
Yeah, I gotta. The last thing I'll talk about is. So, did you hear Howard now is bringing back puppets?
What the fuck? Puppets on the show?
Yeah, do you remember when he had the Baba Booey puppet and the Jackie puppet?
Yeah, of course, those puppets. Yeah.
Yeah,
but what are they going to say? They're going to be PC puppets. They can't say the shit they used to say.
But now they have a Ronnie the limo driver puppet and a JD puppet. It's like he's trying too hard now.
But they're legitimate.
Let me tell you something. I've never look at the only time Ronnie was funny in spite of himself. Ronnie was funny only when they made fun of him. Ronnie himself is not funny.
Yeah.
It's such a long, tired premise that Ronnie the limo guy is funny. No, it's when they did all the crazy songs and he would curse people out and the prank phone calls. Ronnie, no one cares about Ronnie the limo driver anymore or Sal or fucking JD. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. And then So, like, Ronnie, who's going to do the voices? Is Ronnie going to do the voice of Ronnie the puppet?
It has to be Fred, I guess, because he's the only one.
Fred's great. Yeah, I mean, Fred's great, but it's not their fault. But it is their fault. They listened to Morrissey and they took out all the fucking flavor out of their words and jokes. I mean, just for 1 week, he should just we're going to have back Craig Gass, Lisa Lampanelli, Gilbert Gottfried. We're going to blow it up for 1 week to show you what you're missing. That all the subscribers would leave. They'd run away if they like Jillian Barbary is a dear friend of mine. I know you love her too. How the fuck is she still out talking about Howard every week on Twitter? Oh, what a great show today! I can't wait for this.
I know.
Jillian, really?
I wonder if Howard banged her.
Oh, he had to. Listen, I know Jillian real well. I think the world of her. She's a fun gal. I've been out with her. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Yeah, no,
at all.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
How is she doing? How's the cancer going? Did you hear anything?
She's got it. Yeah, I talk to her pretty much. I talk to her every week or so. She's in great spirits. She's she's bald, and we were getting really deep into it one day about how she feels and her health, and she's throwing up, and her kids, and they're crying. It's really deep stuff when your kids want to know if you're going to be okay. So then I go, oh, forget all that. How do you like your new tits? Tell me about them. She got this. And she laughed. She goes, oh, I love them. They're great. I go, I got to see them. She goes, well, there's no nipples on them. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a whole different fucking thing. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
She's got fake tits, no nipples on them.
I thought they put artificial nipples on them.
No, she don't have that right now. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. I think down the road I would imagine she might, but no one, you go through cancer, all that shit. You think you want to go into the knife again and put nipples on you? I don't think she'll do it. I really don't think she will.
Wow. Well, yeah.
I don't know. But she's just a terrible thing she's going through, man. It's fucking rough.
Yeah, no,
really
it is
rough.
sad. Yeah, I remember I once dated a girl, and I was trying to suck on her nipples. I couldn't find them. They were just inverted.
That's weird. I know. I had the inverted. Those are weird. That's a weird. You like to hang your coat up at a girl's house, Yeah. At least your hat, something. But when they're not there, it's weird.
Well, listen, AJ, I'll let you go, but I'd love to have you back, dude. And if you hear anything,
all right. Well, look. I'm about to go to a new company in about a month. I haven't told anybody yet. So when I do that, I'll have you on. We'll have fun on my show.
Yeah, definitely. Right? And look,
I will.
And I mean it. You are my favorite guest. I know people are gonna call me out, saying this is an ass kiss fest, but.
No, fuck them. Who cares? I know 25 years we go back.
No. But I mean, and I've told you in private that I would have loved to do a show with you. I think you're great.
Yeah, I know. And then things just happen. And my show got going, and it is what it is. And whenever I have a guest on, that's not what people. My listeners want to hear me rant and rave, and so I got to figure it out. But in April, I'm going to do something new. And I'm going to have people on in a different studio and make things different. So you'll definitely be one of the people I bring in, without a doubt.
All right, AJ. Well, listen, is there anything that you want to plug? Anything that you listen?
Nah, just my show.
Besides Alyssa Milano?
No, yeah, really. I'm not plugging my hair, so that's about it. I'm done.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on, AJ.
Talk to you guys. Take care, pal. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you too, man.